Hey guys, Warchild V1 here with Dark Souls 2 walkthrough. I've been asked to do this and I've been kind of wanting to do this, so I figured I'd get it kicked off. Basically, there's no way I'm going to be able to wield every magic in the game and wield every weapon in the game, but what I will do is show you how to get them. I am going to make this character a Faith Cleric, and so I will be able to show you some magic, but not all of it. But like I said, I will be able to tell you how to get all magic in the game. I will most likely miss some things. For that, I apologize. Just leave a comment below, and we'll get it all figured out together. I am not the best at this game. I will die multiple times. I will. But I will also show you strategies of how to beat the game, how to beat each boss by yourself, all that fun stuff. So let's start the game. I'm kind of excited to do this. I haven't played this game much recently, other than yesterday.
Perhaps you've seen it. Maybe in a dream. A murky, forgotten land.
Alright, I do plan on skipping the the cinematics. If you want to see every cinematic, go watch my very first blind playthrough, in which I watched and commentated all the way through each cinematic. Or play the game yourself and you'll be able to watch them. This is more of a strategy guide of how to do shit. Alright, so this is Things Betwixed. This is a limbo between the outside world and Drangleg. You're trying to make your way towards that big crack in the wall there, that big opening. We're inside just a giant cave, I believe. Inside this first area right here, there are animals. They are called kobolds. And these kobolds are dormant. They will not attack you unless you attack them. Keep that in mind, because if you attack them, you'll most likely die. They will come at you in a group. So we came from there. If you come in here and go directly to the right over here, you can get a Rustic Coin. Which I'll go show you what a Rustic Coin is. It temporarily boosts your luck. You just crush it in your hand, and then you have more of a chance of item discovery. In other words, of finding a type of item that you're trying to farm for, possibly. Alright, let's move on. Alright. So, right here we got a couple choices. If we go straight, there's the Firekeeper's dwelling inside that giant tree right there. If you turn to the left, there's some bushes here, in which there are some giant footprints. These are ogre footprints. Ogres are these big, nasty, ugly, cyclops-looking thingies. All I plan on doing here is aggroing this ogre and grabbing the item over there. I don't plan on fighting him early on. I'm going to wait till I upgrade a weapon a little bit, and then I'll come fight him, because I'm not the best at fighting these guys. But if you kill him early on, you will pick up the stone ring. The stone ring basically breaks your enemy's poise a little bit easier. It's kind of cool. Poise is a staggering system. It makes it to where you can stagger your enemies a little easier with the poise break ring. It's called the stone ring. You do have 4 ring slots in this game. Right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 6 weapon and shield slots, 3 of each hand, and we'll show you how to do all that here in a little bit. What I'm going to do right now is aggro this ogre and then try to get the item that he's staring at. Right here is gold pine resin. Gold pine resin is a weapon buff. If you put that on your weapon, it adds lightning to your weapon, electricity. Which, if you are a cleric, if you have faith in this game, then lightning's really good for you. Alright, I got my first smooth and silky stone. A small smooth and silky stone. What is a smooth and silky stone, you say? It slightly restores HP, and it does it quite slow, actually. That's not really what it's meant for in this game. It's meant for trading with the birds that I'll show you here in a little bit. Yeah, I don't want to listen to them. They're just mean. Alright, I'm going to name this guy Beast. turn off cap lock. Alright. This guy is my beast. I clicked OK, didn't I? Dude. Dude, this is like glitched right now. What the fuck? Beastly. Huh. I don't know what to tell you. My game is actually glitched right now. Don't tell me I'm that stupid. I literally just had to hit down. So my game's not glitched, and my walkthrough is just that stupid. Now I have an alarm going off somewhere. I don't know where my phone is. I'm so sorry, guys. After you type the name, you must hit A and then down, or enter and then down. Oh my god. What a walkthrough, right? Right? Alright, I'm going to start off as a cleric with the gift of... What I recommend for most of you guys right off the bat is healing wares. I kind of want petrified something just to go trade it with a bird, but I'm going to go ahead and grab healing wares just for the sake of the walkthrough. Body, I'm going to stay as a male because my name is Beast. I want Beast to be okay, average size, I guess. He doesn't have to be super muscular or anything. Homeland, that's fine. Hair, look at that. There, stay like that. Hair is fine. I'm not too worried about any of this. Give me a beard, though. Oh, yeah, there we go. Alright, they allow you to change all sorts of stuff. There's tons of customization in this game, especially compared to the last 1 and 2. Demon Souls and Dark Souls. But, go back to class and gift to finalize your creation. I feel like such a noob. I couldn't even name my character.
Here for the same reason. To break the curse.
You're no different, I assume. Something like that. Oh, the reason I get all these weapons and armor, or weapons and shields right off the bat is because I pre-ordered the game and they give you extra shit that I'm not going to use. It's all stuff that you can earn. You can buy this stuff later in the game, but you know, they give it to you early for pre-ordering, so I'm not going to use it. All I'm doing, I'm switching hands of where my sacred chime is. I'm putting it in my left hand because that's where I would prefer it to be. That way I have a mace in the right, chime in the left. Alright, let's go up the stairs. Upstairs. Human effigy. That is used to become human after you have hollowed. The way hollowing works, every time you die you go more and more hollow. Basically, you start decaying and looking like crap, and your life bar gets smaller. Up to 10 times. What I mean by that is, after you die 10 times without becoming human and using a human effigy, you have half the life that you have. Kind of like when we first started the game, we had half life. Bonfires. In case you have not played any of the Souls series, a bonfire is used as a spawn point / saving point. If you die, this is where you will spawn. You can also use it to fast travel. You can also use it to attune your magic. Basically, choose what magic you're going to use. Alright, right off the bat, there's a bunch of these stones in this first level. If you hit A to examine, they will actually teach you all the buttons to the game. This is the tutorial level. We just got our first torch. You can actually, once you have a torch, you can go up to a bonfire, hit Y or triangle to toggle, and you can light a torch if you would like. That helps with lighting in some darker areas. But I'm not going to use one right now because I don't need it. If you press the Y or triangle key, you will two-hand your right-handed weapon. If you hold it, you will two-hand your left-handed weapon. Why is that useful, you say? This mace that I'm wielding, notice it has an X by it down in the bottom left corner. That means that it requires more strength than I have to wield it. But if I two-hand it, I have 1.5 times my strength, therefore I can wield it. That's what that is. I recommend you read each one of these stones. They will teach you all the buttons. They'll teach you that if you click your right stick, your right analog, that's how you lock onto an enemy. That's what this little circle is. L1 or R1 or RB is your fast attack. R2 or trigger is your slow attack. Slow is your strength attack, of course. If you hold LB, that's how you block. And L2 or whatever you want to call it, trigger, that's how you parry. I will explain all that a little bit later. You can dash by holding B or circle, depending on what system you're playing. If you just press it with a direction, you will roll in that direction, which is very useful because you can dodge enemies' attacks. If you walk directly behind an enemy and tap R1 or RB, that's how you land what used to be called a backstab animation. I think they just call it like a critical attack now. A critical hit. There you go. Alright. So here is a dagger. It is a pretty weak-ass weapon in this game. It does require more dexterity than I have, 6. It has short reach, modest attack, can be jabbed in rapid succession with a powerful critical hit. This would be a potent weapon in the hands of a capable warrior. Basically, if you had that in your left hand and something else in your right that can hit, you could poke them with that and then hit them really fast, and it would hurt. Yeah. I'm going to try to roll through that. You have a moment of invincibility when you roll. Just a moment, though. You can roll through just about any attack in this game just by rolling at just the right time. You have to play around with it till you figure it out. And actually, the more... Where is it? The more adaptability you have, which, how do I get that? Right here. The more adaptability you have, the more of a chance that you can roll through an attack. I will go over all these stats here in a little bit and explain them to you a little more in detail once we get out of this tutorial. Backstep is B. You could just jump back by pressing B, and in fact that actually helps you do an attack. You could do what I call jump back attack. I don't know what it's really called. Basically you hit B and then attack, and your guy basically does a run attack. If you're running, you do a different attack than normal. So jump back and attack. That's useful for if you're just trying to dodge someone's attack. Jump back out of their reach. What's this say? Use item. They are very correct. The item that you have equipped down in the bottom of the bottom left corner can be used by pressing X on an Xbox control or square on a PlayStation control. Right now I don't need to use a life gem, or I would show you. Move camera with the right stick. Who would have ever thunk it?
You, give us Moose. Yes, you! Give us Silky!
Alright, so this bird may sound highly annoying, and it is, you are correct. But you can drop smooth and silky stones right here by clicking leave. When you drop it,
Yeah. So nice, so smooth.
the bird will actually trade with you.
Yeah! Silky, smooth!
So the bird just traded that for Twinkling Titanite, which is an awesome upgrade material that will be useful later on.
Give us smooth! Yes!
Alright, shut up. That's what I mean by the bird's highly annoying. You want to kick this ladder down by walking up to it and pressing A on Xbox or X on PlayStation. And if you look right down here, there's actually an item. Right there. Soul of a Nameless Soldier. That's like 400 souls. Light sconces with the torch. If you have a lit torch and you walk up to one of these sconces, you will have a choice to light it. Alright. Let's go through the next fog wall. In fact, I usually skip all these fog walls and all these because I already know how to play the game. But I recommend that you read each one of those if you're trying to learn the game. If you have never played a Souls game at all, I recommend that you read those and learn the buttons. They can actually be highly useful. Alright, so right here we got to make a jump. on this Souls game, they've actually changed your jump button from holding B and then tapping it, or square on the PlayStation, from holding it and tapping it to hold it and then click your left stick. So that's what you want to do to make this jump. You want to run and then click your left stick at the right spot. There we go. That's how you make a jump. I actually died my very first time to try to jump over here. And if you wonder what these little ghosts are that you see, that's actually other people playing this game. Alright, we want to jump back, because there's actually a ladder right here. Yeah, you can see ghosts of other online players. It's really cool the way that works. If you're not new to the whole series, then you already know that. A Plunging Attack. I'm happy they brought that up. Alright, Plunging Attack is when you are in the middle of falling and then you press your attack button, like so. Fall attack. That is a Plunging Attack. You deal extra damage by landing an attack like that. I'm going to go in here first. Cracked red-eye orb. Already. Right off the bat. You use those to invade another player's world. And when you do that, you are going to be a red phantom, which is really called a black phantom, but you're a red guy, in which you're supposed to go kill the player that you invade. A jump attack is up and right trigger, or left trigger, depending on which hand you have a weapon in. Alright, let's go. Right now I'm wielding a right-handed weapon. And I know I've been using face cam on like a lot of my videos lately, but this one I may be editing shit out, I'm not sure. I may record more than an hour at a time, therefore I have to do it this way. I have to not use face cam. Alright, so they allow us to see what's coming up. And let's go ahead and drop down here. And go in the next fog wall. These are just tutorial levels though. You do not have to do this at all. I'm just doing it to show you guys. This is a walkthrough. So I'm going to show you everything I know about the game. And I do not know everything, trust me. Walk up to any tree that looks like this and hit A to knock it down. And that will create a bridge. Alright. And trust me, running around and lighting every sconce in the level does nothing. I have done so and it does nothing. I'm just looking for enemies right there, because I know I'm going to have to jump down and attack and fight. I think that's the one I'm going to attack. I'm going to actually do a jumping attack right now, just to move me forward enough to possibly attack him. Alright. I'm hurting pretty bad, so I'm getting directly under him, and I'm going to heal with just a life gem. But being a cleric, I could have just used my sacred chime and hit the left bumper, or L1, to heal. I'll explain how all the magic works here in a little bit. If you're that new to the game, then maybe it'll be useful. I'm trying to treat this as if you have not played a Souls game at all. So, for a lot of you guys, this is probably just useless info and you're probably tired of hearing me talk about it already. Sounding like a Mr. Know-It-All over here. There he is. Alright, here's more ogres. Alright, down there, that ogre's staring at a coffin. That coffin is known as the Sex Change Coffin. If you go down there and lay in that coffin, it rides you out to the water over there, and then you come back as a different sex. Right now I'm a male. I would be a female when I come back. Would I have a beard? I don't know. But if you kill both of these guys, as soon as you go down, another one shows up. If you kill them both, you can go back and talk to the ladies in the firekeepers inside the tree, all those old ladies sitting around, and they'll give you a ladle, which is just a spoon. You can use it to fight if you would like, but it is like the shittiest weapon in the whole game. Alright, let's go. I don't think there's anything crappier than the ladle. Open another shortcut. That's what these are, is just shortcuts to get you here and there. Alright, let's head out of here. We have been through the whole tutorial. You head out by going uphill. And through the rock. Well, looks like trees and rocks. These are notes that other players have left on the ground. You can leave a note by pressing your back or select button. Wrong button, sorry. Hit start. And go over to message. You can try Bonfire. Then you press X. Well, if it's on the Xbox, you press X. Otherwise, I think it's circle. I think. Ah, shit. Where's my damn control? That's a square on the PlayStation. That's how you write notes. Useless. Useless here. There's no reason to have a note on the ground here. Now this is beautiful Majula. Is that like Majula oblongata? No, wrong word. Alright, so right off the bat there's an item right when you get here to Majula. Majula is your home. This is your safe zone. This is where you go to relax and rest and level up your character. We're going to drop off right here in between these rocks and get a couple items that are very useful. One is highly useful if you are a sorcerer or a cleric. Well, we just got our first Cleric's Chime right there and a Morningstar, as well as right here, Binoculars. And I will show you here in a little bit when I have ranged magic why binoculars are so useful. You need ranged magic. Basically, you put the binoculars in the opposite hand of your casting tool, whether it be a sorcerer's staff or a cleric's chime. You put it in the opposite hand of that, and you can look through your binoculars and cast with your other hand. And that way you can physically aim, which is really cool. Alright, so this is our home base, basically. I'm going to have a seat. Every time you sit down, it repairs all of your equipment. If you look at my mace in the bottom left corner, it has a little red bar under it. That is the durability of the weapon. If it goes all the way down and depletes completely, you will break your weapon and it's useless. Then you have to go to a blacksmith to repair it. But if you sit at a bonfire, it repairs it completely before it breaks. If it ever says it's at risk, that means you may want to switch weapons because it's going to break soon. Alright, Emerald Herald. This is the Emerald Herald. Highly useful. You must talk to her.
Are you the next monarch or bearer? I will take them. Go, king.
Alright. Yeah, she talks a lot though.
So that bear.
Shut up. Alright. This is where you go to level up. You can level up your character by, if you have enough souls, you can choose what stats you want to level up. Each stat is for something different. For example, Vigor. This is how much HP you have, the picture of the heart. Endurance. This determines your overall stamina, which is the green bar. Vitality. This is your equipment load. The more vitality you have, the heavier load you can carry without being super slow. Well, the heavier load you can carry, period. Attunement. This is how many castings you may have of your magic. The more attunement you have, the more castings you get, which is right there, attunement slots. As well as it boosts your spell casting speed. Strength, you know, heavier weapons, heavier armor, stuff like that. You can wield heavier stuff with the more strength. Dex is meant for faster weapons and finesse. The more dex you have, the better your dex weapons will hurt. Adaptability. This is good for various reasons. It will raise your agility, which is how good you can roll, basically. And how fast you can block, stuff like that. If you have more agility, you have more invincibility frames in the middle of your roll. So when you roll, you might not get hit with the more adaptability. As well as it boosts a lot of resistances and stuff of that sort. Int, that's your intelligence. The more intelligence you have, the better sorceries you can use, as well as it raises all sorts of defenses. Same for faith. The more faith you have, the more miracles you can use, as well as how bad they hurt and all that fun stuff. Yeah. All right. So sorry, if you are not new to this game, then that was probably really annoying. And if you are new to the game, it may have been really annoying. All right, this guy, the Crestfallen Warrior. We want to have a talk with him.
You're undead, aren't you? You have that distinct scent.
Alright, I'm just going to press A real quick because I don't want to listen to everything. This is your first chance to join a covenant. I'm going to join it, but I'm not going to stay with it. I'm going to join it just to show you. The Way of the Blue. What this is if you join this covenant and you put on this covenant ring that he's about to give me, if you get invaded by another player... Shut up! If you get invaded by another player, then it will summon a blue sentinel, which is another player, to come help fight for you. And that's all he can do. He cannot fight the enemies in the level. He can only fight the guy that invaded your level. Also, if you put it on, it raises your HP slightly. That's the only reason I put it on right now. That is a lot of worldwide deaths, isn't it? 147 million people have died playing this game. On the Xbox, or on the PC. Probably more on the Xbox and PlayStation. It's been out longer. Alright, so that was that. I know I'm talking a lot, but that's kind of how this is going to go. Being a walkthrough and all. This guy's name is Lingrast. He is the blacksmith of Majula, but he can't figure out how to climb through a window and get into his house.
Who are you? Oh, it doesn't matter. Just help me open this door. I packed my tools in here. See, when I was somebody...
Isn't it kind of ridiculous that he can't figure out how to climb through that? But whatever, it's all good. We're going to head off this direction. Because there's a few goodies over here. For one, go ahead and pick this up. It's a life gem. That'll heal you. If you run up this hill, there is 5 homeward bones and another covenant. This covenant is not for the faint of heart. Enter covenant. Yes. Yes. This is the company of champions. It is the champions covenant. If you're in this covenant, you get hurt a lot easier. Every covenant you're in, if you level up through the covenant, you will unlock extra items, in which I will have a video that explains every covenant and what all you can unlock. That'll be sometime in the future after I find all the covenants and show you. But if you were in the Champions Covenant, all the enemies hurt you a little more than normal. That's why it's a Champions Covenant. You become a champion. Or you have to be a champion to do it. Alright, here's another important character in the game. Actually, I say important. You don't ever have to talk to her if you don't want to.
Oh, undead are we? And one just about. Not exact. Well, oh yeah. So, ooh.
Oh my God, she talks a lot. And by the way, she may not be sitting on this desk. She may be on that table. She may be on a desk over there. She may be somewhere else. She could be all over the place in this place, but she'll be in this house. I'm going to go ahead and abandon the Champion Covenant. I don't really care to be in a covenant at the moment. I want to be a Sunbro. I want to join the Sun Covenant. Alright. She sells some useful rings, in which we will utilize a little bit later in the game. Right now, we don't need them. Prism Stones, you can also trade with the birds, and they'll give you items, but you have more of a chance of getting crap with Prism Stones. Like, literally, just nothing good, rubbish. Alright. Oh, and Alluring Skulls. You can throw them,
Satisfied?
and some enemies will actually aggro on the Alluring Skull. So you could throw one over there, and the enemy will run over there. Not all enemies, though, will work that way. Alright, you want to knock this down. And here's your first Estus Flask upgrade. There are, I believe... Oh, crap. I think there are a total of 13 Estus shards in this whole game. And we will have... The most you can use at once is 12. we will have all 12 before the 13th one. I will show you where each one is.
Bearer of the curse. Seek less.
Seek less, yes, I know. Upgrade Estus Flask because we just picked up a shard, an Estus Shard. This will give you 2 Estus Flasks instead of 1. What does an Estus Flask do, say? Let's go equip it and find out. It is this. It restores your HP, and every time you sit at a bonfire, it refills it, whatever. But yeah, this heals you. So it's empty. Sit at a bonfire, it comes back. That's simple. You only have 2 of them right now, until we unlock more. In the very last place here that I want to show you before we move on is the armor smith. He's not an armor smith, is he? He just sells armor. Once you spend a certain amount of money with this guy, which I believe is 16,000 souls, once you spend that much, he will start offering armors of like bosses. So you kill a boss and you could buy that boss's armor, stuff like that. I will definitely be doing all that a little bit later. There's a ladder in the back of his place. If you go up this, there is a Titanite shard in here, which is upgrade material. For weapon, shield, or armor, doesn't matter. Every time you beat the game, when you come back in here and go up there, it'll be, well, not every time, but it'll be something different. If we beat it, which we will, on New Game Plus, that will be a large Titanite shard. Every time you beat the game, it gets slightly harder than the previous time. That's just how that goes. So if you guys are veterans of this game, I'm sure this is going to be a very boring playthrough for you, or at least at the beginning while I'm explaining things. It might not be as boring later on when you get to watch me die a lot. So I'm going to end this video right here. That was just basically the walkthrough of Things Betwixt and Majula. I will go back and kill those ogres a little bit later. I am not a pro at that, so I want to at least upgrade my weapon a little before I do that. So I hope you guys are enjoying my playthrough. Please comment, like, and sub if you haven't. And I will see you guys on the next video. So thanks for watching. Hey, Nipples.
The military hierarchy heard of their feats in battle and decided to decorate the 2 friends for their bravery.
Ooh, will you kiss me?
Emil received good news from Anna. Carl was recovering nicely. He was even walking again.
Nice.
Meanwhile, the battle for Verdun only